Okay, so I got the seat out of my pickup truck and it was pretty easy to remove. A couple of bolts and it just lifts right out. All right, so here's the back of my pickup truck and man, makes so much more room. So what I did was there's these brackets that hold the seat belts in the back. And I think they're 1/2-inch bolts that hold these in. So I took the nuts off and got rid of these. Well, I'm going to keep them. And then what I'm planning on doing is taking this piece of angle iron so I'm going to take that, drill holes, bolt it back down, and then from that I can build off with 2x4s and screw to that. So then what I'm going to do, drill the holes, I'm going to mark it, measure it, mark it, drill the holes, bolt it down, bring a 2x4 in here, screw that in, and then I'll build off of the 2x4. Probably put the 2x4 on its side so that it's 3.5 inches up, and then I can attach OSB. I'm using OSB because I have it. OSB right to that, and then I'm going to come to the front and I'll put another 2x4 across for strength. I'll probably put them going this way too. And then I'm just going to put legs under it. I'm not going to bolt that to the truck, but this will give me a nice solid base to mount the pack out bases to. I used a piece of 1/8 inch by 2 angle stainless steel that I had in the shop. Yep, just a scrap left over. I was going to use a piece of regular steel right here, but this was longer. Stainless steel was longer, so I figured if I could pick up a little more strength. Yeah, okay, I'm sure that'll probably even make the truck more rigid a little bit, because that's in. All right, so I'm going to take a 2x4 from there to there, screw that in, and then I can start building my platform. All right, now I got this 2x4 secured. It's real sturdy. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deck screws. Supposedly deck screws. I don't think they're structural, but who cares? Now I'm going to get a piece of OSB. I already checked. I have a piece that's wide enough and long enough. So on this side, it looks like it would work good. I wouldn't have to do anything with that right there. I should be able to do the same thing on this side. Yeah, I can use that. So what I'll do is I'll cut it to length and I'll let it sit on top of that, but I'm still going to put like a foot right here, probably a 2x4. But so I'll screw in the OSB and I'll let it rest on here, but I'll still put a 2x4 leg here, one at the end, and let me think. Yeah, I should put a piece of 2x4 underneath this shelf so it doesn't sag in the middle. And then I'll put a leg in the center and one on each end, and we'll be good to go. So, all right, so I have the OSB base screwed down, and I have the legs in place. And screwed down 2 pack out mounting plates. And this is very sturdy, very strong. I love it. So definitely the right choice. Taking that back seat out. Here it is. It's done. And it came out great. It gave me about an extra 5 or 6 inches behind the seats when I put the seats back. And I have more room down on the floor. Yep. Taking out that seat was definitely the right choice. If I ever want to put it back in, it's just a matter of taking out, I don't know, about 10 screws. And then, yeah, it's not that hard. Definitely like it. I like having that space in the center. Let me show you how this works. I have plenty of room. See, this seat is actually brought forward about 6 or 8 inches. So if I bring it back, okay. So I could almost get the bottom one open all the way, right? Second one, about this, a little more. Third one, all the way, definitely. And I have access to all these drawers, and because it's a little lower, I can see better into the top drawers here. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to put in these. Maybe batteries, caulk. In the wintertime, it's good to have things like that in a cab, where if I'm using the truck every day, probably won't get cold enough to freeze. Pretty airtight in the cab. And now that I'm not using the van for now, till I find out what's going on with it, I actually think I might like this more now because it's set up. Yeah, if so, I'll drive this around for a while, and you know, if it's a slam dunk and I'm 100% for it, then I think I'm going to keep the van for another year or two until I get another truck. I'm just going to keep the van because it runs real good. It's just that transmission. I don't know what's wrong with it. I just had it rebuilt a couple years ago, and I don't want to rebuild it again, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm hoping it's just replace the filter and fluid and maybe a shift solenoid here and there, and hopefully that's it. But man, I'm really going to like this. So yeah, I have room in the back here. Let me see. So I can put some nice sized bags back here. So it was definitely a plus, definitely an upgrade. All right, guys, thanks. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on part 6. Take care.